Okay, hello and welcome. Let's see if anyone shows up this time to talk about the Rippaverse and speculate about what's coming. I hope so. If not, I have a couple other things I can talk about and make videos out of later, so I could do that. It's not a headband or a hairband. That is a cyber visor. That's pretty cool. I actually, there should be a link to it in the description below. If through an affiliate link, if anyone wants to be nice and supportive. So, well, let me check something real quick. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about ISOM. Rippaverse is approaching 3.3 million. It's getting there. And what I'm hoping is somebody will come into the chat. But let's do a recap of the short story version here and get into some of that. So yes, Avery Silman is a common rancher, but that wasn't always the case. After obtaining some unique abilities, Avery spent a brief stint being a hero under the moniker ISOM in the city of Forest Park, Texas. Realizing that it wasn't for him, he walked away from his life. But after responding to a call from his sister, some violent altercations ensue and has Avery reconsidering his approach. What happened? Grab ISOM to find out. I think that's pretty intriguing. But the video fleshes it out further, but there's text of the story here that basically goes over what's in the video. So I'm going to read through that as well. This is about as much of the story as we know other than the teaser at the end of the video. So, story. Avery Silman was once an entry-level hero. That's interesting. Known as ISOM in the city of Forest Park. So it's Forest Park up there. I think there is a typo in the text up above. Forest Park, Texas. Shortly after gaining his special abilities. So a certain event has him hang up his suit, and now he stays on the outskirts of the city living as a rancher. So something negative happened, and he decides this isn't really for him, assuming it's negative, but something that drove him away, and he decided to go be on his own. That could be a lot of things. We still... Yeah. So, I mean, it could be he doesn't like being identified as a accept. And it could have been his identity got outed or something like that too. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, but it could also be somebody got hurt or some, yeah. I mean, all of those things are possible and more. So Avery's sister, Altona, gives him a call and wants him to visit an old friend by the name of Darren Fontano. Is it Fontano or Fontaine? I think it might be Fontaine. But it says Fontano here. I don't think it says up there. In the video, it might be different. So another family friend that was interning with Altona has gone missing, and she last heard that he was dealing with Darren. But Darren has changed since he was hanging out with Avery when they were young, and he's a cold-blooded shot caller and one of the most feared men in the city. I think in the video, Eric used the word respected. So feared makes me lean more towards what I was picking up anyway as like a mobster or illegal activity type. But not necessarily a politician, although those things could become the same thing, and who knows what he's aiming at. But respected suggested that as a possibility. Feared leans the other way, but maybe he's leveraging that fear into some kind of respect. Who knows, right? So this visit turns into one of the longest days in Avery's life. Around these parts, people call special beings accepts, and unfortunately for Avery, he has the luxury of running into some of them. The Alpha Core and Yaira, who have their own set of conflicts. A man built like a tank by the name of Santuan, which is still my favorite name, reappears, and he's had previous confrontation with Avery, so they've got a history, a confrontational history. So what happens with Avery and Darren's meeting? Who and where is the family friend? And that's what the first book, which is Ill-Advised Part 1, basically, is going to be about. So other than that, there is little to go on. There is the hint at some larger force at the end of the video as well. That is going to have to make some kind of selection, I think was the word. So, selection for what? I don't know. I mean, it could be like a Power Rangers thing where he selects the sort of bad guy of the arc to throw at him or something. Or it could be he's got to select one of these accepts for something, which would probably be nefarious, right? I don't know for sure. But that's where we're at. We really need people to show up to talk through that. I don't have that at the moment. So let's talk about something that I'm doing while waiting for the Rippaverse to happen, and that is I've gotten into Kaiju number 8. This is volume 1 of that. And I also have volume 2. And just recently volume 3 showed up. I've read the first 2 and about almost half of this. It's holding up really good, and I don't want to go into depth because you get into spoiler territory quick, but the short version is there is basically in Japan, I think it's in Tokyo, but it's definitely Japan, they're getting attacked by kaiju after kaiju, and it's become a thing, right? And it's apparently largely in Japan, is the way it says. With the highest kaiju emergence rates in the world, Japan is no stranger to attack by deadly monsters. So, naturally, there's a defense force for that arises. Enter the Japan Defense Force, a military organization tasked with the neutralization of kaiju. So, our main character, Kafka Habino, is a kaiju corpse cleanup man, and he's always dreamed of joining the force, but when he gets another shot at achieving his childhood dream, he undergoes an unexpected transformation. How can he fight kaiju now that he's become one himself? That is enough, and maybe one step too far, but it is on the back of the first volume. So that is the setup for this. And his abilities as a kaiju cleanup man play into that because he, having cleaned them up a bunch, he knows something about their inner workings in a very intimate way. So I highly recommend this. The art's very good in spots, but just in general. Here, let's find a good... Oh, it's got some cool... Well, here. There we go. Cool. You know, so it's well worth your time. if you are so inclined, I did put some affiliate links in the description to this video below, so check those out. And let me know what you think, and at some point, I will get enough of an audience to actually get into some conversations with people, but at the moment, that's not the case. And I've probably done this a little early, so maybe I'll try again later. But for now, that's what I'm going to go with. Check out Kaiju number 8. What do you guys think about the Rippaverse? We'll be covering it as soon as there is more to cover. And I will talk to you guys then in the next video/videos. Peace.